Good morning or good afternoon for some of you. It's Jackie with Coventry Creations. And there's a lot of questions coming my way these days about moving, about finding your new location or moving your home or how to fix what's going on and how to sell the house. It's a lot of real estate, so there's something in the air saying it's time to move on. And I think many of us are moving on energetically as well, figuring out how to live this new life in this new world with our new fancy masks. And so let's talk about that. Let's look at the Coventry Magic Oracle and do a reading. Again, this is Jackie with Coventry Creations. And what do you do when it's time to literally move on, move your residence? And it's fun. The questions I got this week were how to sell my house. And another one was how to find the right house. And the first thing I'm going to tell you about is this great magic that I do with the Sacagawea dollar coin, that gold coin that's $1 at Sacagawea. There's a couple of versions, so look at the back of it and see if the back works for you. And you can usually get a Sacagawea coin at a bank or maybe someplace that has a lot of coins. Sometimes post offices have a lot of dollar coins. And then you can also go to a coin shop and get one from there, and it usually should be, about $1 because it's a dollar coin. So how do you use that, which is cool. And so I take the Sacagawea coin, and who she is she was a Native American woman who's very young, and she opened the road to the West. She showed Lewis and Clark where to go, and she bridged that, the understanding, bridged the relationship, tribe to tribe to tribe. And she was pregnant, had just given birth, and was carrying around a newborn baby during this whole process. So she's seriously a badass. Now, if you're going to take the Sacagawea coin, and then I usually use some road opener oil, and I talk to her, and then I always do a donation to a Native American cause. Since she opened the road for us, I'm going to make sure I pay back. And that's how you make sure that you're using your magic and honoring the spirits that you work with. Sacagawea can help you find your new location. What you do when I'm looking for something, and I've taught this to many people, you get the Sacagawea coin, you anoint it with road opener oil, and you put it in your pocket, or maybe your girl pocket. And when it gets hot, that means that you're in the right place, or you're in a good place. The way I've used it for selling houses is I've taken that to the street, and I show Sacagawea both directions, or the direction that cars can come, and then I show Sacagawea the house. I look at the house and say, this is where I want to sell. Then I bring it into the house, I stop at the threshold, help bring the right people across my threshold, and then I put it in the center point of the house with a road opener candle to draw the right people in, and I usually write the selling price that I'm looking for. So what else can you do? What else can you do to look through Coventry's candles to find or navigate this moving on that you have to do? Sometimes you have to talk to the spirits of the land and say, I'm moving on. Will you let me go? Sometimes you have to lift up your own stakes from a situation. So I'm going to pull 3 cards using the REM method. What needs to be removed? What needs to be energized? And what is the message that you need to hear? And hopefully it's for all of us on this moving on that's happening. Almost had a crash with the cards. Little jumpers. Okay, so I'm going to pull 3 cards. Now that I'm shuffling them, I'm going to cut it one time, and I'm going to pull them right off the top. REM, remove, energize, and message. The remove card. The energize card. And the message card. Interesting. So let's see what's going on here. I look at real estate as something that's physical and tangible. If you're moving, you're doing a physical move, and those things fall in the prosperity category because you're spending money, you're getting an asset, or letting go of an asset. So, sacred white sage, for here is what needs to be removed. So let's read the cleansing. Sage is best for its spiritually cleansing properties. When you focus on the magic of sage on a singular issue, it is cleared from you in every way through every dimension. So when you're changing property, you want to clear your energy, the roots that you've set down, and sage will help you do that. So you do need to clear. And here's what you need to energize, which is the healing candle. So so we're going to read the healing for the healing. It's kind of cool. For healing, healing happens in the body, in the mind, and in your emotions. When all are in alignment, you vibrate to a healthy balance. Well, this makes total sense because, hey, first you're going to clear your energy, and then you have to come to a balance. You have to heal the sadness. Maybe you're grieving a little bit. You're moving on, so you're changing your energy. You're moving up, coming to a better situation. Really, even though it doesn't feel like you're moving into a better situation, you really are. You're transitioning, you're evolving, and that healing energy is going to help you so much in that healing, that letting go of the old, bringing in the new. And then here's the message, soulmate. I find this really interesting because before you even read the message, when you're moving to a new location, that physical place, that home, is going to be the thing that nurtures you. It's going to feed you energy, so you become in partner with the spirit of that place. Every place has a spirit. It's its own spirit. And you can't necessarily bring the spirit of that place with you because it's the spirit of that place and it belongs there. So you're going into a new relationship with a new energy. So the fact that it's the soulmate candle is kind of interesting because you're going to feed each other. So for prosperity, it takes two to manifest money, you and the person writing the check. So when you're looking for a new place, you need the other person to accept your offer or accept your credit or sign the lease, or a new roommate. If you're selling a place, you need someone to sell it to. So remember, you're not in a vacuum. In any real estate situation, any movement or moving on situation, you're not in a vacuum. You need other people. So the message here is continue to think about who you're going to attract, who you're going to talk to, who you need to share energy with. That's how you're going to really make this a super magical and powerful situation when you realize you're working in concert. So your sphere of influence is crossing over someone else's sphere of influence. And when we do that, we need to kind of meet them where they are and build a positive relationship rather than an adversarial one. We are all looking for the best thing in our lives. If you remember that and you say, okay, what are you looking for? Here's what I'm looking for, and do these two things meet? And if they don't, it's not personal. Move on, look for the next thing. And if they do meet, it's even more powerful. So here are your 3 cards for this week for your blessing, your Sacred White Sage, Healing Candle, and Soulmate. This is a very interesting combination for setting up your next step when you literally need to move forward. If you know you need to move forward and you're not sure how, this is the perfect combination for you too. This is Jackie with Coventry Creations saying, keep it magic, guys. There's so much more to say about real estate and moving in the spirit of place, and I'll get to that in another video. Take care. Have a great week.